Hello there, this is Jesse Coffee. Today I thought I'd kill time on a Sunday afternoon to present a little experiment. So during the 1980s and early 1990s, ABC at the National Captioning Institute um, used either T1 or T3 of the channels on the closed caption decoder to alternatively promote programs that were going to be closed captioned um, and lists from programs that the NCI had captioned that had sponsorship tags. I have a few off-air tapes in my collection from this particular era. One of them is Rolling Stone. This off-air tape of the which has the Rolling Stones 20 Rolling Stone 20 years of rock roll special on it. It's from 1987. Kotak T120 tape. And so we're gonna zoom out to the TV and we're gonna see the data on line 1, which on this particular off-air tape was used to list the funds that were used to the companies that submitted funds to caption certain programs on ABC at the time. In its uninterrupted form, it begins around the 43-minute mark of the off-air tape as a whole, which I dubbed to DVD-R. And so here it is. News broadcast on ABC, NBC, CBS Primetime Movies, Series, ABC Saturday Morning Cartoons, Candy and Lace. U.S. Department of Energy. So these programs would all Falcon Crest syndicated. So ABC would use this. This little black box was the one that was used by the NCI to do its little thing. If you had your channel set to T1, closed channel and your closed caption decoder set to T1 or T3. Las Vegas and All Stars 75th anniversary. The Jay Leno Family Comedy Hour. Is that what Jay Leno did before he hosted the Tonight Show? Amen. I think I used to watch it on TV1. On demand at some point. I think 227 I think was on TV1 as well. When I was on YouTube back in 2018, 2017, 2018. New Adventures, Beans Baxter. Memoirs, Capital Cities, ABC Incorporated, Stephen A. Banner. Who's the Boss? Who's the Boss indicated. Will be on Embassy Television. General Foods Corporation. Zoobully Zoo. Never heard of that show. And yeah, this was taped off of WABC TV in New York, by the way. About half the screen would be occupied. It was normal for T1 and T3 on ABC shows to have occupation by this, to have half the screen be occupied by whatever the NCI felt like putting there. And again, this lasted through the 80s, during the 80s and early 90s. I don't know when this practice began or ended. And Head of the Class was a show that Dan Schneider was on before he became a massive creep. And Nickelodeon, as Jeanette McCurdy could tell you in her book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. Dynasty. See, Aaron Spelling was still getting work back in the late 80s. But this would probably have been toward the end of Dynasty's run. Also, it was kind of normal for it to take a little while for data to be properly fully generated on these tapes. The Facts of Life, which I think was on its last legs in '87. Well, it must have been on its last legs in '87 anyway. And the faithfulness to what was transmitted could vary quite a lot because of the tape conditions. Or the quality of the transmission. The Children's Television Workshop. 3-to-1 Contact. I think a lot of these kids remember that. Mr. and Mrs. Martinel Trudeau. Or they behind. Crime Story. Also, of course, the TV is muted because of copyright. Reeves Entertainment Group. At 1987 NCI Caption Club. What did they do? I Married Dora. Presumably not the Explorer. And Dora the Explorer was is 7 years old in Canton, so it would be kind of creepy if you said you married Dora the Explorer. Hebrew Association of the Deaf. Never heard of them. Golden Girls. Pool Foundation. Kmart. America's Favorite Store. Marketer of Kraft. Wait, Kraft marketed Duracell batteries? I didn't know that. Nightline, which was, of course, hosted by Ted Koppel back then. And Ted Koppel was still hosting Nightline when I was a kid. He stopped hosting that in 2008, I think. Modern Maturity. That's kind of Charles in Charge. which I think had been syndication at the time. Well, first run syndication. This was 1980s was a time when a lot of sitcoms were getting first run episodes in syndication. So Charles in Charge was among them. He was Department of Education and Paramount Pictures Corporation. And what are they caption? What are they responsible for captioning? Cheers syndicated. And Family Tie syndicated. Yeah, this was around the time when NBC was starting to become a big network again. And could actually afford to have some shows in syndication that weren't Little House on the Prairie. And I remember seeing reruns of Cheers on Nick at Night at one time. And it's been rerun. Both of those shows have been rerun forever. Cheers and Family Ties. Both of those shows have been rerun forever. When I was a kid. Tour of Duty. I'm assuming that's not related to Call of Duty. There's Mick Jagger there. Perfect Strangers. Somehow I forgot that one. TriStar Television, a division of TriStar Pictures Incorporated, National Broadcasting Company, and in 1987 NCI Caption Club. My Two Dads, which I'm presuming was an early LGBTQIA plus sitcom. A little more syndication, Thundercats, which I presume, like a lot of 80s cartoons, is probably just a 30-minute toy commercial. Bravest Yar, or I think it ran Bravest. I don't know. What that is there. And Kenneth Parker Toys. Silverhawks, which I'm also presuming is a 30-minute toy commercial. King World Productions. Oprah! Marvel Productions Limited. What did they caption? Defenders of the Earth, which could be the title of every Marvel Cinematic Universe movie ever made, possibly. This week, hosted by David Brinkley at the time. I think it's now hosted by George Stephanopoulos. I don't know what the Pew Memorial Trust is. You have to look that up. ABC affiliates, Capital Cities ABC Incorporated, 1987 Caption Club. What did they caption? Or they behind? Moonlighting. I think that's on DVD. It starred Bruce Willis before he starred in movies he's far better known for now. Let's just say. Mask. M-A-S-K. Teen Wolf. Michael J. Fox vehicle and turned into cartoon. Wouldn't be the only one. There was Back to the Future, the animated series. Do you remember that? Xerox Corporation, presidential addresses and news conferences. A Showtime movie channel. Shelley Duvall's Tall Tales. Michael Lannon Productions and National Broadcasting Company. What did they caption? Highway to Heaven. Never seen any episode of that show, and I don't think my mom has either. That was a show Michael Landon did after Little House on the Prairie folded. In Our House, a show from Laura Martella Pictures, its popularity soon became eclipsed by another kind of house, a full one. In Valerie's Family, which went into... this show kept going through titles like a chameleon. Partial funders of Ask Dr. Ruth. 20th Century Fox, in Capital Cities, ABC Incorporated. The Pursuit of Happiness. Never heard of that show. ESPN Sunday Night Football. Hallmark Cards Incorporated, in the stores that feature Hallmark products. Hallmark Hall of Fame. The Showtime Movie Channel in 1987. NCI Caption Club. Super Dave! Mars, makers of M&M chocolate candies, Warner Brothers Television, NCI Caption Club, Caption, Growing Pains. Okay. Miller Brewing Company, National Broadcasting Company, there we go. In 1987, NCI Caption Club. Miami Vice, or MTV Cops as it was originally pitched. Never seen an episode of that show. I gotta get on that. ABC After School Special. Remember those? Do you remember those? Buck James. Never heard of this one. Another show I never heard of. Ford Division, Ford Motor Company. LA Law. DuPont, Newton's Apple, Warner Brothers Television, National Broadcasting Company, and the 1987 NCI Caption Club. Night Court. I think the reboot of that is currently running. National Television, Paramount Pictures Corporation, and National Broadcasting Company. Cheers! Capital Soup Company, what did they caption? Young People Specials, okay. Disney Channel. And Green Gables, Boy Who Could Fly, The Gnome-Mobile, which I think was one of Walt Disney's last productions. Unless otherwise noted, captions for ABC programs paid for by Capital Cities ABC Incorporated. And unless otherwise noted, captions for PBS programs paid for by funds from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and let me show the other half of that. Public Broadcasting and Public Television Stations, of course. It turns out I was wrong. It was Text Channel 2, as far as this off-air tape was concerned, where the National Captioning Institute was listing program schedules on the ABC feed. Notice that it was only the ABC feed that ever had used the T1 and T2, that the NCI ever used the T1 and T2 channels on. So, why don't we go ahead and play the listing of the schedule for Tuesday, November 24th. Usual caption schedule. CBS, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. O's the boss. Should that be Who's the Boss? I don't know. CBS, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Max, The Morning After. NBC movie. The Karate Kid. No 80s childhood would be complete without it, I think. 8:30, Growing Pains. CBS, It's Your First Kiss, Charlie Brown. ABC Rolling Stone magazine's 20 Years of Rock and Roll. And CBS movie. What was the CBS movie? Kenny Rogers as the gambler. A gambler. The legend continues. He kept milking that head for all it's worth. During the late 80s and early 90s, didn't he? Ring of Truth? Oh, late 80s and early 90s, that is. The Ring of Truth, apparently on PBS. HBO First and 10, Going for Broke. What's on at 10? Oh, so apparently the NCI was under the impression that the Rolling Stone magazine special would go on for an hour, but it turned out to be 2 hours. Someone was asleep at the wheel there. HBO, Peggy Sue got married. I have the CBS Fox tape of this, and I think it's the only time where the main box layout on CBS Fox tapes here in this country was I think on CBS, ABC, Wednesday, November 25th. Had a perfect stranger in class. Slab Maxwell's doing Dynasty movie Gandhi Part 1. HBO, short circuit. Maxwell down live. The Jay Leno Family Comedy Hour. So is this a special or something? Because I associate Jay Leno with a completely different kind of comedy hour altogether. And with another hour that Doug Benjamin was on, and which bombed so hard that one of the correspondents ended up being so hurt by the negative reception of the Jay Leno. One of the correspondents on the Jay Leno. The oldest rookie will not have captions. God damn. Thursday, November 26th. The Sledgehammer, The Charmings movie. Norman Rockwell's Breaking Home Ties. CBS, The Bugs Bunny Thanksgiving Diet. Daffy Duck's Thanks for Giving. Movie Gandhi Conclusion. So, yeah, apparently it was long enough so they split it over 2 nights. It was one of the last movies that was ever split over 2 nights. Running Scared, NBC. The Cosby Show, A Different World. Oh, yeah. Boy, is Carsey Werner become a cursed company lately. One with Roseanne's having big hit shows with a serial rapist, Bill Cosby. Oh, well, someone turned out to be a serial rapist. And Roseanne having some sort of fuck ups. And Danny Masterson. So what's going on for Friday, November 27th? Full House, I Marry Dora, Mr. Belvedere, Pursuit of Happiness, 2020. Yeah, I think Full House this was the first season of the perpetually in reruns Full House. CBS, Mighty Mouse New Adventures. I think John Kay worked on that. HBO, Back to the Future. Peggy Sue Got Married Again. Max, True Stories, and New Homeowners Guide to Happiness. That other one sounds kind of bland. Another Max offering. So what's on NBC? New Walt Disney World Celebrity Circus, and movie Police Academy. Another franchise that was run, one of those 80s franchises that got run into the ground with same stuff in every movie. Same story of stuff, anyway. Washington Week in Review. What's on for Saturday, November 28th? The Care Bears Family, Real Ghostbusters, Flintstones Kids, Bugs Bunny, and Tweety Show. Movie Smokey and the Bandit. Part 2. I'm gonna be thankful that I am. I think there should only have been Smokey and the Bandit Part 1. I don't know. I haven't seen any of the sequels. Mighty Mouse New Adventures Team movie. What was the movie? Story making the movie. Agatha Christie's Murder in 3 Acts. What was on Fox? Very unknown. The New Adventures Beans Baxter. And HBO Showcase. The Impossible Spy. Christian 10. Going for broke. Spalding Gray. Spalding Gray. Doing that night. November 28, 1987. Oh, The Terrors of Pleasure. Max, Big Trouble in Little China. One of those John Carpenter films that I haven't seen. Facts of Life. 227. Golden Girls. Amen. Sunday, November 29th. This week with David Brinkley. And what else? Disney Sunday movie Student Exchange Part 1. Spencer for Hire, Las Vegas, an All-Star 75th anniversary. Did anyone actually record that? I don't know. Murder, She Wrote, with the late, great Angela Lansbury in there. Long Journey Home. Never heard of that one. ESPN Sunday Night Football. Cleveland versus San Francisco. I thought that almost got blurred out. Do 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 do. American Flyers on HBO and Touch a Go. And the morning after, Meet the Press, Our House, Family Ties, My Two Dance, and Night Court, Unsolved Mysteries. Number 4. How many numbers were there of the Unsolved Mysteries things? PBS, Constitution, Not Delicate Balance, Nature, Masterpiece, Theater, The Brett's Conclusion. So what's on Monday, November 30th? Ultimate Stuntman, Jador Robertson. NFL, Monday Night Football, LA Raiders versus Seattle. Kane Alley, Hallmark Hall of Fame, Senior Garden. Laguna. Late period Blake Edwards film, That's Life. Movie Fatal Confession, a father dowering amateur. And then just the regular schedule starts up again with listing of the recap programs, like Max the Morning After, which others go by real fast. PBS, Nova, Growing Pains, CBS and Super Kids, Charlie Brown, and what's on 9 o'clock? I already read that much. And Kenny Rogers is a gambler. Legend continues. Crime story. Saturday and Sunday on ABC. What's going on in World News Sunday? World News Tonight, the Weekend Report. And then, in some areas, PBS programs are seen at different times and on different days. Check your local listings. Monday through Friday on PBS. What's going to be on Monday through Friday on PBS? That was a surprise when I found out that Degrassi Junior High actually did get run on PBS. And I finally remember Sesame Street, of course. Our Journey, His Old House, the Victor Garden, Wild America, Waterworks. Wild America. Check local listings for the days, times, and stations of these programs and movies. Daily or weekly series, which Ask Dr. Ruth, Brave Star, Charles and Charge, Cheers, Defenders of the E. Defenders of the Earth, Falcon Crest, Family Ties, Fall Guy, The. Assuming that's Facts of Life, but that was amusing. The. The Jeffersons, I presume. Jeopardy, Mask of the New Honeymooners. Would prefer the old. I'll probably take the old Honeymooners any day, thank you. Robert Scholler with the Tower of Power. Silver Hawks. Jeopardy Monday to Friday. Lee Alex Trebek probably hosting that show back then. Silver Spoons. This is Life. Thundercats. Wheel of Fortune. Syndicate. Ed. Who's the boss? Syndicated. Zoobly Zoo. And then the schedule just starts up again on this feed, which I don't think anything ever changes there, so. Let's see, I'm thinking it'll go by real fast again. Real slow or real fast. That's a sweet, precious time being taken. I think I'm going to pause this. I already went to or something. You see Growing Pains as a first kiss. Charlie Brown. 9 o'clock. Yeah. Plus, program listing. Update service. November 24th to 30th. All times are Eastern time. Check local lists. Like local lie. Check local listings, more time in your area. Monday to Friday on ABC. What do we have here? For Monday and Friday on ABC. World News this morning. Good Morning America. World News tonight. Line. Monday through Friday on NBC. It's on Monday through Friday on NBC. They got Caption. NBC Nightly News. Then the scroll schedules just starts up again, and I have nothing more to say on that, or for the rest of this video. So, yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. I'll see you in the next video, and let me know if you would like to see me trying to my habit of trying to. Let me know if you'd like to see me try to make it a regular habit, a recurring habit. Or if I can, let me know if you'd like me to make it a I think I'll wrap it up here, and let me know if you'd like to see me uncover more data that is present on the T1 and T2 or T2 channels
of these old 1980s and early 90s ABC off-air tapes, or if I'm just wasted some 40 minutes of your life, 35 to 40 minutes of your life on this thing. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Farewell, everyone.